mean, I'd really like to know how this whole thing began. Like, how
So would
the
I.
journey of spirituality
I have
began.
no idea. I had no plan. I was working in a gas station, and no, I'm just kidding. It really all started when I first got to India, and I really heard chanting for the first time. It was, amazing. I was up in a town called Nainital, up in
Not so.
Uttaranchal, and I was walking around the lake one evening, and I passed by the Devi temple there, this ancient Devi temple, and there was this music coming from inside, and I just stopped like this, and I was just standing there, and I couldn't move. I was transfixed, and some guy was going to the temple. He said, "Oh, come on!" and he grabbed me and pulled me in there, and I sat down with all the guys in there, and they were singing. And they would say, come on, sing. And I didn't know what to sing, and they would all laugh, But it was all fun. It was all good, good humor. And I later realized, by the way, that it was a Tuesday, and they were singing Hanuman Chalisa. I didn't even know what that was at the time. And that just blew my mind, the chanting, because they were so into it. And in America, unless you're part of the gospel scene, the Christian gospel scene, music and religion, it's not really, it's kind of wimpy, it's like, But this just had power. I never felt anything like that. It was amazing. So I just knew I had to have more of this. I didn't know what it was, but whatever it was, I wanted it. And I started going wherever I heard any chanting going on, in the hotel we stayed at, which was these devotees of my guru. The bathroom was in the back of the hotel, and it was on a hill. So just outside the bathroom window, the Dobis lived, the community, the Muslim community lived there, and every Thursday they would do Qawwali. I didn't know what that was, but I would stand on the buckets in the bathroom so I could hear out the window, It was feeding something in me that I really needed. And as we got to know our guru a little bit more, we realized he liked chanting. He liked to hear chanting. So we just thought, well, if we learn how to sing, then we could sing to him, and then it'll give him a good excuse to call us more often, because we didn't get to spend that much time with him. But we knew he secretly wanted to spend more time with us, and this would give him a good excuse. So we started to learn these chants, and we just sit there going, Shri Ram, Jai Ram. But he loved it, so we just kept on going. That's all. Yeah.
Was it like, was chanting and all these things that you experienced in Nainital, was it your introduction to music as well? I mean, what I'm trying to ask is...
No, I was a musician. I loved music. I used to play guitar, and I was a blues singer. I was in a couple of bands and stuff like that. Nothing very terrific, but But I always loved singing, and I used to play a lot of guitar and sing. And but this was different, because that kind of music that I sang in America before was some kind of emotional outpouring or release, but this was different. This was like opening, and letting stuff in. It had a completely different feeling. In other words, it felt like I was tuning myself to something that was already there. Whereas popular music is different, Oh, my baby left me and I feel so bad, How many times can you sing that before you jump off a cliff,
Well, it's a little strange that you say that, because most of the times, whether it was live Ananda or whether it is Kirtanwala, I mean, the chants that you're doing, and then you do a lot of variations of the Hanuman Chalisa.
Yeah.
So when you say that, how many times you can sing a song before you jump off a cliff?
Well, that's the difference, because these are what they call, as you know, the names of God. And God, whatever that might be, is limitless. And you can always go deeper into that. Always go deeper. And the whole point of the practice is you repeat these names, and when you notice you're not paying attention, you let go. So you learn to let go of thoughts, emotions, feelings, everything. You can always let go, because if you let go of everything, what's left is your own true nature, is that divine place within. You can keep letting go. As long as you can let go, you keep letting go. And that's the beauty of the practice. When you're doing this, you can always let go. Whatever you're experiencing, you're feeling great bliss, fine, but let go. If you can let go, when you can't let go, then you're it. Then you've become it at the end of the journey. So we're all somewhere in the middle, And that's the point. You don't try to manipulate yourself or your emotions and try to get high, try to get off. You simply pay attention to these sounds, which are names of that place within us. That's where we want to be living.
That's where, like you're going to have these concerts in India and...
Well, P.S., they're not concerts.
I'm sorry?
They're not concerts. I mean, just because we're talking about this, right? So a concert is where someone comes, gives a performance and says, okay, good night. I'm doing my practice. I'm sitting down and I'm chanting, and every time I sit down, I sing for the same reason, to save my miserable ass. That's why I'm singing. Kirtan, Nama Sankirtan includes, it's a call and response thing. This part of the practice, this version of it. So I sing and people also sing, back and forth, back and forth. But still, it's my practice, my personal practice. It involves other people, and we help each other. Without that, it doesn't happen, at this part of the practice.
So you don't consider yourself to be a performer?
Not at all. A performer is concerned about what effect they have on the people in the audience. I could never, if I was concerned with the experience of the audience, they would never have an experience. It would just be entertainment. The point is, I'm trying to go inside, and that, I guess, is what allows the people in the so-called audience to go inside. We're letting go of the outside stuff and repeating the name, and we're letting go of thoughts. We'll just keep on, and everybody around us is doing the same thing, singing and listening and singing and listening, and it creates a movement within. I mean, it's not, even though you're not sitting like this, it's still, we're moving inside. We're moving into a quieter, deeper place inside, even though there's a lot of noise involved. And it's usually, what happens is, as the course of the evening goes on, people might start, after the first, they might applaud, No, they might applaud, it's nice. But by the end, nobody's even thinking like that. That forgot all that. They're right there. And they're experiencing something inside of them. And so am I. I mean, I couldn't do this if I thought I was doing something for somebody else. I'm aware that people get something from it, but so do I. That's why I do it.
Has there ever been like a funny incident with a non-Indian chanting Indian mantras with a foreign accent? Have you ever experienced anything like that? People being taken aback or something? Because that's
me.
More than anyone else.
I'm a non-Indian chanting Indian mantras, and I'm taken aback by it all the time. I mean, I remember last year when I came to Mumbai, right? I came out and the place was packed, And I think I said to everybody, what are you doing here? Where did you come from? India doesn't need another Kirtanwala, But it's all really, can I be really honest with you? It's all the grace of my Guru. Everything that you feel, that anyone feels when I'm singing, that's his transmitting, like his energy, his love, his presence, which is the presence of God, because that's who he is. So that's what people feel. And that's when I sing, that I'm singing to that presence, to that loving presence within or without, within. It even doesn't matter what you say. So the power of me trying to be with him again is what powers this whole thing, what drives this whole thing, because that's what it is. Namaste, Ram Ram, I'm Krishna Das. You're listening to the Mirchi Devrag channel. Apki Bhakti, Apki Shakti. Namaste. Subscribe to the Mirchi Devrag YouTube channel. right here, right now. Abhi.